Hey guys, we just caught up with Certifiable Studios and we did an interview with them. They just did their Kickstarter for Who Goes There, a new tabletop game. So here's the interview. Hope you enjoy. Welcome to Dicejunkies, and this is Xenodamus, and I'm here with
Jesse LeBay.
Jesse LeBay. And he's with Certifiable Games, Certifiable Studios.
That's our umbrella, but we mostly do games. We work Certifiable Games and Rick wanted Studio, so.
Studio's a little more broad.
Well,
It works good.
For.
Yeah.
Entertaining.
All right, so tell me something about this. You just launched this Kickstarter for this new game. Can you tell me anything about that?
I can. He's acting as if he doesn't know, but the reality is he was one of the first to actually come and test it. We had the license. We were playing games. We were making games. We did Endangered Orphans was our first big run, and then had the idea to do Who Goes There, and which is based after a 1930s novella, Who Goes There, and wanted to get the license. I was reading it one night. I loved it. It's what inspired John Carpenter's The Thing. And I'm reading the book, and I'm thinking, oh, this is a really great book. And I told Rick, I was like, is there a way we could change the title, make it Who Goes There, but maybe change it up some? And he was like, well, let's see if we could just get the license. And then we were like, nah, ain't no way we can get the license. And he made a couple of phone calls and an email, and boom, like maybe within 2 weeks or whatever, we got the license. So,
Yeah, and yes, he is right. He's tattled on me. No, the main reason I wanted to do this interview with him is I did get an option to play the game. Freaking loved it. And so I was like, okay, this is cool. I came back a second time, brought some more friends to play with me, and they enjoyed it. So, fun game.
What was great is, because we did a ton, that's an understatement, of demoing, and then we ended up started sending out messages on the Jackson or the Mississippi board gamers, and just now started sticking some feelers out there because we were ready to start bringing in strangers. And so Mark shows up, and he was with the group, and it was just one of the greatest things because the creators sat back for one of the first times and was watching other people play it. And it was so entertaining even for us to watch y'all because we were curious who was infected. We didn't know. We didn't want to know and just we wanted it to play out. But it ended up being a blast for everybody. So.
Oh, yeah. Even the second time when I brought my friends over, and I played with them, but I played as somebody who'd played it before. Right. And so it was fun watching them learn as well. And then they ended up getting me because, they fooled me. And I was like, I'm the vet. I'm going to do good.
I got this. In fact, you made it. Yeah, you made it to the last round. And you were duped by a dead alien. That's what.
I was duped.
That was a great night. Yeah.
I wasn't paranoid enough.
He didn't take everything into consideration, so it made for an interesting outcome. So for sure.
But it was, like I said, it was fun. Your Kickstarter went up 5 hours after your Kickstarter went up.
Funded, yeah.
You're funded.
We were surprised. We, in all honesty, we knew we had some really fantastic backers from Endangered Orphans. Very, very just loyal backers, which is fantastic. And then we brought like Anthony and I both brought some from Instagram, and then we brought some from Facebook, but mostly it was from our previous Kickstarter. And we just ended up kind of just going out on a limb and launching this one. And so I was expecting, I know our dollar, our goal was higher than Orphans was, but it's a much bigger game, has a much bigger footprint. So I knew, in my gut, I knew we would fund. I felt we would, but I knew we would have our 30 days to fund. So we were looking at the clock, just watching the numbers go up, and like I said, within five hours, I think it went up, and it just kind of kept on going. So we got so lucky. Like I said, it was our backers that were just awesome, absolutely awesome with it.
Yeah, and I saw it go up, and I was like, oh, okay, that's awesome. I was like, I'll check it out later. Because I was at work at the time, I was doing other things, and I got busy, and I finally got on there, and I'm like, holy crap, they're already funded. So I was happy to see it. It also means, that, when you put your money down, you're already getting the game,
Right.
And of course, we've seen the game. We know it exists. We know all that. So there's a bit of insurance there as
Right,
well.
and I
You have a
wish.
lot of play footage on your thing, and you're adding more. It seems every
Right.
day.
I
So
wish we could get everybody to test. I'm very confident in this game. We've worked
yeah,
really hard on it for a long time, and it feels right. It feels good, and everything has been tweaked and fine tuned. I feel like we've thought about everything and just really took our time with this one and to make it everything it can be. And that's to me the most exciting part of the Kickstarter. Isn't just funding it. It's the stretch goals where now, because like the dice that you were playing with, were the solid blue with the I think just the prints on it, but now it's going to be the see-through crystal blue that actually is engraved with all the symbols on it and stuff. And the locker dice the same way. They're going to be now colored, and they're going to have engravings on them. And I'm just really excited. All the characters are going to have their actions that y'all used are going to be specialized colors to those characters. So it's going to it's just personalizing it, and it's upgrading. The boards are now double thick and stuff like that. So.
oh yeah, and I saw you have some nice stretch goals on there, or sugar goats as you have been calling them. So I need you guys to do some more funding for them because they haven't gotten to the miniatures yet, and I'm looking for the minis. Like I want my minis in my set.
We all want minis. I mean, it's not even we want the minis because we want to hit that because we want when we play our version we want the minis.
Yeah.
We've been playing with handmade cardboard glued together. All the images you see on Kickstarter are all like Anthony and I literally cut them out, physically made every component you're looking at. When we started, we was even sticking stickers on 6-sided dice and stuff like that to make it work. So we're looking forward to moving an actual McCready out. We want to freeze real guys now, So yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so that's going to be awesome. So yeah, I want to see that sugar goat met. Out of all of it. Now, we talked a little bit about Kickstarter here. Now, this studio, I mean, I didn't know about the studio until recent. You're in Mississippi. What made you decide in Jackson, Mississippi to go, I'm going to make a game studio?
Because we're like, you know what they don't have in Mississippi? A game studio.
There you go.
Thought, hey, it had to happen. So, yeah, just me and some friends like Rick and I had gotten together, and we've worked together before, and I had some decent success on other projects, and it just seemed like the natural next step was instead of working for someone else where you get 5% of all your work, you just kind of branch out and take that chance. And fortunately, Rick was there, and we just ended up, it just was a very smart move for us. And so I'm lucky for things to have had turned out the way they were, but that was one of the, they don't have those types of things here. And we wanted, it's like we know we're not this big company, but we know we're doing it well. By that I mean we're able to get some backers, get followers that are just loyal and a lot of fun. Like people like you who didn't have a dog in the fight came down, and we're just really lucky with stuff like that. And so the building is just like an extension of that. The building becomes one of the members here, and so because we got this, and we ended up getting Anthony Coffey and Brian Thompson, which came here, and it was they had to quit what they were doing in Texas, move down here to say let's give it a shot. So it's been a scary roller coaster ride, but a ride nonetheless.
Well, I mean, it's awesome. The office is awesome. You guys have been a blast to hang out with, talk to, play these games. And now I've also seen some illustration or something out here. It looks like, did y'all do illustration before you started doing the games?
Yeah. Anthony and I both started years ago on a series called Barona's War, a graphic novel series, and we got picked up. Weren't even trying to get picked up and got picked up. And that's kind of how he and I really got our start with where we learned a lot of the do's and don'ts and who to trust and not to trust, that type of environment. And again, Rick was kind of there for some of that as well to get our property back and kind of to, Mama Bird us, a little bit of it, so I don't know. It was we're learning a lot from each other. Like, so Rick's kind of hand feeding us a lot of these know-hows, and Anthony, and he's great at animation, and he's doing all the 3D models and everything. So I'll design it and hand it over, and Brian does a whole bunch of like everything else, everything that we're not doing. So we got a really good, solid team here.
Now I also saw you were streaming some drawings and stuff.
Every single Friday morning, he and I both go on Instagram Live. and we just kind of draw. We do our morning warm-ups. We're supposed to do morning warm-ups every morning, but the Fridays are live, where we could actually Q&A with the backers and our followers and whatnot. So we try to do that every Friday morning.
Okay, so that's cool. That's something. Where would we go to check that out? Is there an easy way?
Yeah, if you're on Instagram and you're following me, it'll alert you all the moment we go on.
All right, cool. And where will we find out more about Certifiable Games and the whole studio?
Right now, I think we have our website up, but it's more dormant than our Facebook because of the campaign. Right now, we're pretty much living. If you go to just Facebook or Kickstarter, we're on there 24/7.
And that's Certifiable Games Studio for Certifiable Studios.
Yep.
So go to Certifiable Studios on Facebook. You can find it. I know you have the link on your Facebook on how to get to the Kickstarter.
Yep.
We'll also put that on the screen here at the bottom for the link
great.
for the Facebook and the Kickstarter, and also in the description we'll have some links for you guys if you want to check them out. And we hope you do, because
I hope you do.
yeah, I backed it.
We hope you do.
I backed it, and I want more stretch goals.
We want minis. That's what we want. And when we're off of the camera, I'll tell you what the last mini is, which you're gonna dig.
Uh-oh.
That's a good one. No
All
one
right.
knows yet. So.
Well, hey, can we, you mind if we get a tour of the studio
let's
real
do it.
quick?
Yeah, let's
All
do it.
right. Yeah, it's fine.
This right here, this is the book I was talking about that both Anthony and I worked on, the Baroness War series, and this is where we got our start. Here's because we were already doing cons, and so this kind of was with the decision that we said we don't want to do fan art anymore. We were tired of doing Batman and Superman and Marvel and DC, and we said let's do our own stuff, and we ended up coming up with Baroness War, and that's, like I said, that was our biggest learning lesson. And then over here, this is a passion project. This one right here is called Dicejunkies. It's a colonization game. We have plans for a colonization game as well as plans for a player versus player, like minis, attack type game. These little guys go out, and their whole job is basically if you have the military, you have the Marines. If you have the cops, you have FBI. NASA has their Dicejunkies. That's the best of the best. So these are the guys that do the impossible, essentially, is what it is. And they're a lot of fun. And then here is American Stickman. This is our cursed project. It's one of those that every time we think we're going to do something with it, something kind of falls by the wayside. So one day we might get American Stickman going. Until then, Bottle Top Chicks. This is one we want to do as a print-to-play. And this is a real fun project where it's player versus player, but each player has the exact same attribute, so it's literally a mind game. It's not like you're fast but carry less, but I'm slow and I'm stronger. It's like we have the exact same characters, and it's a matter of your placement of the board and what you're going to do as opposed to what the player thinks you're going to do to counter. So it's a complete mind game. But this one's a lot of fun, and this might be one we launch in the near future because it's pretty low key. I mean, there's nothing much to do with it to finish it. Thank you. This is stuffed. This one's completely done. Someone wanted to get this property from us, but we kind of sat on it. We're not still sure what we want to do with it yet, but this one's a really simple dice combination game that we had fun with, so that might be somewhere in the near future. And then finally in here, this is our drawing room. This is where we do all of our morning drawings. Every morning we come in here, put on some cartoons on our TV, and for about an hour we draw. We do morning warm-ups, and this is where we'll attach our, for our live on Instagram. Yeah, in fact, it's so funny because everybody's like, all that stuff, and you barely, you got that TV. I'm like, you have no idea what we went through to get this TV. So yeah, we love it, and because most of the stuff we play on there is stuff we hadn't watched since it was on one of these TVs, like Perfect Strangers, or even like DuckTales or whatever. And then the game room, which looks like it's under construction at the moment. We're getting ready to send some stuff out for orphans. But this table is where we created Who Goes There. Between that blackboard and this dry erase board, and there's another one out in the back and another one up there, they were just slammed with mechanics trying to get the game to where it is now. And that's where we play Call of Duty, and that's our little buddy. That's our building mascot.
Would you like to comment, sir?
Hey guys, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed that interview with Certifiable Studios. We really enjoyed speaking with the guys and doing the interview, as well as playing their game. We look forward to playing it again next week, actually, so we can do our final review of the game and actually get that out to you guys, sort of let you know where the difficulty level lies and all that stuff. So stay tuned for that. Also, check down the description below. We'll have all our links to Certifiable Games and their social media page and stuff, as well as all of our links are down there. Be sure to subscribe, like, and hey, stay tuned. While you're here, check out some of our other videos.